I have a much special guest. Four times in corporation, 5,000 listed contractor turned marketer, helping local service business win more jobs. None other than Mr. Aaron Husak. Welcome, Mr.
Hello, thank
Aaron.
you for having me.
Yes, welcome, Mr. Aaron. I'm Book 101 Review, and can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Sure. So my name is Aaron Husak. I'm based in Fresno, California. It's right in the middle of California. We don't have beaches. I cannot surf in Fresno. We're about 2.5 hours from the ocean. I I've been in the industry for about 20 years now. That's home service industry. I had been most recently with an HVAC and plumbing company that I had founded in 2012. Grew that business very quickly and exited that business about a year ago. Excuse me, sold that business about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Exited that business about 2 months ago to start a marketing agency. Some of the achievements that we accomplished at that company were that we were on the Inc. 5000 4 times, as you had mentioned. We also won Best Place to Work awards 3 years in a row. And we had over 4,000 five-star reviews online, which we were very proud of.
And Mr. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Mr. Aaron. Thank you. So today let's talk about turn your Google business profile into 24/7 lead machine. Let's start with the biggest missed opportunity. Most business owners just set their profile and forget it. What is the single most important mindset shift needed to view a Google business profile as a dynamic sales tool instead of a static directory?
Yeah, that's a great point. So most people do think of it as a set and forget. And the biggest shift is that business owners need to start looking at that Google business profile like they do their social media account. And so they need to be going in and posting on that Google business profile regularly. They need to be checking to make sure that their products and services are up to date and that they're getting reviews frequently and responding to those reviews with the right keywords and sentiment for those reviews.
Interesting, Mr. Aaron. And before we talk strategy, how do you diagnose a sick profile? How are the three quick visual cause and cues that tell you a profile is underperforming?
Yeah, great question. So it's really critical for the Google business profile to set up your website appropriately and that the two of them match. And so, one of the ways that I diagnose a bad Google business profile is I actually compare it to their website. And if there's different phone numbers, if the address is not spelled out exactly the same on the Google business profile as it is on the website, that's a red flag. And so, there's these really minor differences. Well, they seem minor to us that Google actually is looking for, and that can indicate that a business profile hasn't been set up properly. I think the biggest red flag is just an incomplete profile. If the services haven't all been filled out, if they're not leveraging the product section, there is still a Q&A section for a lot of businesses out there. That is starting to go away, but it's still worth leveraging for this time.
Mr. Aaron, for a business owner who says, But I'm already showing up in the map pack sometimes. What is the compelling reason to invest more time than the social media or ads?
Sure. My response would be AI. The main reason is that AI has to get its information from somewhere. Google Business Profile is viewed as a very trusted source, being a Google product, especially with Gemini, Google's AI product. Chat GPT and Claude also look to it as an informative and trusted source. So if you're not getting the reviews, if your profile isn't up to date, then it's going to make it more difficult for AI search engines to refer you out to customers that are searching for things that you do. So it's not only important for Google and the Map Pack now, but it's becoming more important for AI searches as those become more popular.
More popular indeed. So, how do you define a lead from Google Business Profile? Is it just a phone call, or there a softer conversation we should be tracking and valuing?
Sure. So when you look at your performance statistics in Google Business Profile, there's four metrics that it's going to report. It's going to look at website clicks, it's going to look at bookings, and it's looking at phone calls. The other one it's looking at is how many people got directions to your business. And so, what you can take from that in terms of what Google feels is important is that if people are searching for your business to get to your address, if people are calling you through your Google Business Profile or clicking on your booking link on your profile, those are all strong indications to Google that you're doing things right and you're doing things well. And so those are the areas that Google looks at in terms of conversions. And that's why those are part of your performance metrics. That's why they're being reported.
Mr. Aaron, optimization and content. The core business information is set. Beyond that, what is the most underutilized field in the profile setup that can be dramatically impact visibility and credibility?
Yeah. So you want to make sure that the description of the business is completely accurate. You also need to make sure, we talked about updating posts earlier, but pictures added to the business profile. People think that, oh, I put 10 pictures up and that's adequate. Actually, Google wants to see you continuously adding more pictures to your Google business profile. Um, the services that you offer and provide, as well as the primary category, are also critical. And that's one of the pushbacks and challenges that I see with the Google business profile is that it seems very simple to most business owners. It just seems like another directory listing, as you mentioned before, when in fact, every piece of information that you put in a Google business profile is scrutinized. It's looked at very closely by Google, and you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward for your business through that platform.
Google posts like shouting into the void formatting. What's your formula for a high converting post?
Yeah, it's testing. I mean, really, lists are working really well right now. So if you have the top 10, top seven, something along those lines, those are have always been and will continue to be popular. But take a look at what questions you're getting from your customers. And you can also search, your service and look at the additional questions that Google is recommending. There's a people also asked section, and utilizing those questions and creating posts out of them can also be helpful not only to your users, which is really the goal, but also to Google in understanding that, oh, you do understand and you know how to answer these questions which provides us with the idea that you have some expertise in this area.
Let's talk about the visual psychology, Mr. Aaron. What makes for a cover photo or gallery image that does not just show your work but actually stops and scroll and builds desire?
That's a great question. And so it's really going to be based off the nature of the business. And if it's a restaurant, you're looking for appealing food or happy customers in the restaurant. I mean, the age old marketing tactic of showing people who are happy and smiling applies here, because that's going to be something that customers deem that they're going to receive if they do business with you. But high quality images, make sure that the lighting is good and that it is a true representation of your business. Stock images are going to get you pushed down on the list. I mean, they're easy to pull and utilize, but they're going to get pushed down the list. Google wants to see something they haven't seen on the web before, and so that's really what's critical. And then test and keep trying new things, and that's again treating it more like social media than you would something else. That's critical.
Critical indeed. And how do you strategically use the products and services sections not just as a list, but as a conversion path that answer questions before the customer even asks?
Sure. So services are not something that appear to the customer. That is more information to Google in terms of what you do and when they should potentially show your business profile, and when you should show up in the map pack. The products, on the other hand, you can actually feature and have images for each one of the products that you provide. So you have some design options there where you can actually show the physical product itself, or you can show the benefit that a customer would receive from that product. So if you're a plumber, instead of just showing a picture of a water heater, you might show that customers enjoying hot water, and those are two different aspects of the same thing. But that products section gives you some flexibility in terms of what you can do to display that, and again see what you're getting in terms of clicks. It would also be useful on the product section to use things called UTM codes, UTM tags, where if someone clicks that link, it will actually show up in your analytics where that user came from. And it'll show you that it came from that product if you have your UTM tags set up correctly.
Mr. Aaron, the review engine, social proof as a lead magnet. What is your framework for getting more reviews without sounding desperate or breaking Google's guideline? Is it about us, the timing, or the
Sure.
process?
I think it's actually all of those things. I think it's important for business owners to set the expectation up front that, hey, I'm going to provide you with a 5-star service. Once I'm done providing you with 5-star service, would you be willing to leave us a review on, on my Google business profile? And then make it easy for them to do that. Provide them with the don't expect that they're going to go find it and then leave you a review. Make it as easy as possible for them to leave a review for you. Text them your Google business profile link. So all they have to do is click on it and then they can leave you a review. And then ask them afterwards and ensure that they have the opportunity to do it. In home services, we know that as soon as we walk out the door, once the service has been performed and we walk out the door, the chances of getting that review go down dramatically. And so if they can leave that review while you're cleaning up or you're still working in the house, and if they have any trouble, you can help them with it. that would be ideal. Now, you cannot offer any kind of incentives for reviews. You can't ask for reviews within the Google Business Profile, um, and that's what I have found has worked the best. As we had over 4,000 5-star reviews online, it was letting them know about it ahead of time and then asking for that review after the service was performed.
Mr. Aaron, as an entrepreneur, what are your short-term and long-term goals?
Oh, yeah, good question. So, short term, it's really getting the message out to customers and business owners about how simple things like Google Business Profile can help them. Launching my marketing agency pretty recently, I understand the pain that a lot of small business owners go through. And there are often simple fixes that can be completed that don't necessarily cost a lot of money. That some of them take time and some of them take some expertise, but there are things that can be done to help them get out of any of the pain they may be experiencing in terms of not having enough leads or being tight on cash flow. Um, and I really want to help business owners get past that. And I believe marketing is the best vehicle to do that with.
Good luck to your goals, Mr. Aaron, and looking forward for more
Thank
success.
you.
And what will be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be like you?
Yeah, well, it's constantly learning. It's listening to podcasts like yours. It's also not being afraid to try something new and getting outside of your comfort zone. And those are the things that are really important. Um, I think failing fast was a mantra of some of the big tech companies as they grew. And I think that still applies, where you want to try something, see if it works or not, and learn from it and determine whether or not you want to move forward with that or change direction. Um, we're taught that failing is bad, but in business, if you don't test something out to its point of failure, you don't necessarily learn anything. And so I think it's important that you fail fast, learn from it, and then either pivot or try it again.
Yes, try again, people. Try until you succeed. And Mr. Aaron, thank you for that advice. And can you please recommend books or book that influence your journey?
Sure. So actually, I found a book very prudent to our discussion today. Google Business Profiles by Kay Steele is actually kind of a manual on how to on updating your Google Business Profile. Um, I've gone through that book a couple times now, and it's actually pretty well written. It has all of the material someone would need in order to make sure that their profile is up to date. So I would um, strongly recommend that. Another one that I've read in the past that sticks out in my mind is called Scaling Up, and that's about growing your business and learning how to grow your business quickly and sustainably. So that'd be another book that I would recommend to your listeners.
Thank you, Mr. Aaron, for that recommended book. And tell us, what is a common, well intentioned practice business owners do on their profiles that might actually be hurting their ranking on conversion rate?
So, one of the things that I see that's hurting people is how they respond to reviews. Um, and I've seen a pretty wide range of bad review responses. The simple thank you is not enough. You need to write more than that. You need to elaborate more on your review responses. And then, you get to the point where some business owners think it's a place for them to argue with customers or point out to the customer why they're wrong. That is also another approach that does not look good. What people forget is that their customers are looking at one-star reviews maybe more often than they're looking at five-star reviews. And how you respond to those one-star reviews may determine whether or not they want to do business with you.
Interesting, Mr. Aaron. And imagine a perfect lead generating profile. Describe what a potential customer experiences from the moment they see it in search results to when they decide to contact the business itself.
Sure. I mean, it's really looking at the Google Business Profile as kind of your new homepage. It's your first impression. And so completeness is really the first and foremost thing that needs to happen there. The next would be fresh content. Not only is Google looking at it, but customers are looking at that too. If you've got your last post on there from 2023, eh, that may not register with them directly, but subconsciously it it says to them, okay, well, why aren't they keeping this up to date? What else is stale about this profile? And then how old are these reviews? Did you respond to them quickly? Those are all things that customers are looking for. Making sure that your booking link works properly and is listed on your profile. Um, but yeah, in terms of a perfect profile, it's going to be a lot of reviews. It's going to be 4.7 to 4.9 stars. They've actually found that businesses with 5 stars perform slightly less than businesses with 4.7 to 4.9. So if you don't have a perfect five, that can actually be beneficial, believe it or not. But that's those are really the things that are key. Is you've got top tier reviews, and then your profile is complete.
Complete indeed, so Mr. Aaron. Before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please don't listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season. Abstract poetry in second season. I'm a book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in third season. I'm a food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101. Love letters. Movie 101 review. Music 101 our fourth season. Science 101, Sex 101 in its second season. I'm a baby podcast Law 101, Mental Health 101, and Bible Verses 101. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Mr. Aaron, tell us if or if you had to choose one, is the 24/7 lead machine powered more by constant optimization or by authentic customer engagement? Can you have one without the other?
That's a tough question. I don't think that you can have one without the other. I think
Hmm.
you've got to have that authentic customer engagement in order to get for everything else to fall into place. Because at the end of the day, we're looking to connect with humans. We're looking to connect with each other, and building that relationship is critical. Um, and it all starts with how you're presented online, how you're represented online.
Yes, indeed. So, Mr. Aaron Husak, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So, can you
Thank you for having me.
please, yes, so can you please invite our listeners to support your business, your advocacy, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm owner of Sequoia Geo. And if you'd like to check out more about what I'm doing, head over to our website.
Yes, people, support Mr. Aaron Husak because if you support him, for sure, more and more empowering business will rise. So, Mr. Aaron, Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Monica people, see you soon.